This video is to show you how to set up the system or hack or whatever you would like to call it that we use to manage our weekly meals. I am probably not the first person to come up with this, but I did think of it on my own, so I just wanted to share. I put this calendar together at the end of last year, right before we went on a trip, so we have actively been using it since the beginning of the year, and it has been really easy and helpful for us. It's a set it and forget it type of system. So you set it up one time and then you don't have to ask yourself what you want for dinner or even think about it unless you want to. It's been particularly helpful for grocery shopping and cutting down on our weekly cooking time, as well as just ensuring that we don't have to cook on nights that we have other plans. All right, if you're here from TikTok, you've already heard a bit about this, and what you're really looking for is the calendar export of the meals that my partner and I actually use on a day-to-day. I have that for you, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to set it up. After that, I'm going to show you how to set one up for yourself if you want to use your own recipes or you have different needs or schedule than we do. Lastly, a lot of the comments on TikTok were really kind and expressed that you would be interested in buying a solution like this. Now, for me, it's really important to me that this first version be free and accessible and that I'm just able to share the knowledge. But I do have a lot of ideas on how to improve this and build upon it for, like I said, different needs, different dietary restrictions, just plans to make it better and more customized. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about my plans for that at the end. Okay, with all that aside, let's get into setting it up. To download my calendar, you just go to the link in the bio and that'll take you to my website. So to download the calendar, you just go ahead and click right here, and that'll pop up. Now from here, you want to open up your download and be sure to open the zip. That part is really important. Once you've downloaded my calendar from my website, open up Google Calendar, and this is how you can add your own calendar. I recommend adding a separate calendar for meal planning to keep that separate from your events. To do that, just click here on the little plus sign next to other calendars and create new calendar. I'm just going to call this one meal plan. All right, let's go home and we can see that that plan is right there. So I'm going to click back in again to settings and sharing and go here to import and export and select a file from your computer. So be sure to find the file that downloaded. Okay, now you'll open that file that you already opened up and make sure you're adding to the correct calendar, meal plan, and import. It'll take a minute because it's a really big calendar. It kind of goes on into eternity. And now you can go check out your calendar. There you go. It's all set up. Now a little tour of this calendar. This is an 8-week repeating calendar, so you'll be eating every meal about 6 or 7 times a year. I counted, and there are 32 recipes on this calendar, but I do have a couple of bonuses down here. I wanted to clarify that not all of these recipes are mine, so where I didn't come up with the recipe, I linked directly to the source of that recipe. A few of these are even from some of my favorite TikTok creators. A couple of the fun features of the calendar include date nights. Those are really just nights to eat out or order in, and you can rename those if you're single or you're a family. I also have a space here for new recipes. We really like to cook and I like to explore new things, so you can use this as a notepad to record ideas that you really want to try. And the last thing is that you can see here that I have a couple of meals. Just consider those extras, and when you open up your calendar, you can delete those ones or move them around so that you have the recipes you really like the most. That's it. The process changes if you'd like to set up your own personalized calendar, and I do have some full written instructions on my website if that's helpful, but I'll just walk it through here as well. There are a couple of ways that you can go about it, but the first thing I would do is sit down and list out all of the recipes that you regularly eat or that you would like to eat, things that you know how to cook and that you know that you enjoy. You don't need as many recipes here as you might think. Remember, our calendar is 8 weeks, so 2 months, and I only have 32 recipes on there. So think about recipes that can really stretch over 2 days or more, depending on how frequently you'd like to cook. And you can use that to really build a schedule that is the lowest maintenance possible. From here, think about your existing schedule, things that you do on a recurring basis. So my partner and I both work out on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday after work. So we know that we're not going to have the energy to cook on those days. So I have the schedule set so that we're cooking Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday when we're not eating out. A couple of more things to keep in mind is how much you like cooking, what kind of food you would like to eat. Do you want to cut down on your red meat content? This is a really easy way to help make those changes happen. If you're setting up your own calendar, I would still recommend setting up a new calendar to keep this separate from your existing events. With all that information that you gathered before, you'll start to add those events into your calendar. So, say for example, one of the events that I have is lasagna. I know that lasagna is going to last 2 days in my household, so I'll start by planning a 2-day event. I'll write in lasagna, and I would paste in or write my instructions here. And then most importantly, you're going to go through and set your calendar to repeat. You go down to custom, and you decide how frequently you want this to be. If you want to go with 1 month, that's fine. If you want to go with 8 weeks like we did, that's also fine. I do recommend doing it in weeks so that you can ensure that the pace repeats on a steady cadence. So let's do 8 weeks. That's the same as mine. Never stops repeating. Done. And save. And you'll see that if you look at the next month, it's right down there towards the end of the month. Okay, that's it. I hope this helps. Okay, about those improvement ideas that I had. Now that this version is out for everyone to use, I think I'm going to make another improved version of this calendar. It'll have weekly events with all the ingredients that you're going to need for the week. I'll probably organize it a little more to ensure that it's really optimized. And I think I might even make a seasonal version to use different recipes in the spring and summer versus the fall and winter. I also wanted to provide something a little bit more customized to the people who would like something like that. Maybe you want to use your own recipes and provide them to me, and I'll build it out for you. And for that, I was thinking about setting up custom sessions, like one-on-one sessions. So if that's something you would be interested in, you can email me at the email listed in the description, or feel free to PM me on TikTok. That's everything I had for you. Thank you so much for being here, and please let me know how this goes if you use it. I really want to hear if it's helpful to y'all as well. And yeah, I'm interested in ideas for how to improve it as well. I'm very interested in seeing how people get along with it or suggestions that they have for improvement. So if you do use this system, please duet me on TikTok or tag me on Instagram. I'd really love to see what you have to say. All right. Have a good day. Bye.